Season 3 of Billy the Kid wastes no time picking up from the dramatic cliffhanger of the previous season. Sheriff Garrett and Governor Wallace had locked Billy away, seemingly ending his notorious run. Yet Billy, ever the escape artist, managed to break free with the help of Dulcinea. Without her intervention, his fate would almost certainly have been trial and execution. Instead, luck once again favored Billy, and the outlaw lived to fight another day. Episode 1 explores the immediate fallout of his escape, laying the groundwork for the conflicts and betrayals that will shape the season. Billy's plan after escaping. After regaining his freedom, Billy headed with Dulcinea to St. Patricio, New Mexico. This town quickly became his stronghold, as several loyal supporters were waiting to join him in open resistance against the regulators. Determined to retaliate, Billy began strategizing a counterattack. His reputation preceded him. Men like Garrett believed they understood his next moves, because they had once ridden alongside him. Yet Billy's unpredictability always set him apart. He had an instinct for staying a step ahead, though his downfall often stemmed from trusting the wrong people. On the personal side, Dulcinea revealed to Billy that she was pregnant. The news filled him with joy, but also reminded him of the added responsibility now resting on his shoulders. Dulcinea insisted she would not leave his side, despite the risks. Billy balanced his excitement for fatherhood with the realization that he had to keep fighting to secure a future for both his family and his men. Convinced he had enough strength and allies, Billy began laying the foundations for his next offensive against his enemies, Jesse's downward spiral. While Billy plotted his return, Jesse's life took another tragic turn. In love with Ana Baca, Jesse arranged to meet her after staging a distraction inside the prison. He triggered Bob into starting a brawl, which escalated into a full-blown prison riot. In the chaos, Jesse slipped away to see Ana. Their reunion quickly turned intimate, but disaster struck when Anna's father discovered them. In the confrontation, Ana was fatally shot. Overcome with grief, Jesse retaliated and killed her father, leaving him with 2 bodies and a broken heart. Ana could have been Jesse's chance at redemption, a stabilizing presence who might have convinced him to abandon reckless violence. Instead, her sudden death leaves him shattered, likely pushing him further into destructive choices. The question now is whether Jesse will harden into a violent enemy of Billy, potentially aiding Garrett, or whether grief will drive him back into Billy's corner for revenge. Governor Wallace's removal. Elsewhere, the political landscape shifted dramatically. Judge Wilson challenged Garrett, warning that he could not lawfully detain men without sufficient evidence and threatening to file habeas corpus petitions. At the same time, Thomas Catron grew increasingly disillusioned with Governor Wallace. Catron dismissed Wallace as more of a writer than a capable politician, pointing to his book Ben-Hur as evidence of misplaced priorities. Worse still, Billy's escape exposed Wallace's inability to maintain law and order. Catron leveraged his political influence, convincing Congress to remove Wallace from office. Despite Wallace's protests that his actions were in the people's best interest, he lost support even from Garrett. Wallace's refusal to declare martial law, fearing it would damage his political career, sealed his fate. Ultimately, he misjudged the local power dynamics, failing to realize that men like Catron controlled the system and could easily cut him out. Ortega's betrayal. The episode's climax underscored Billy's biggest flaw, his willingness to trust those who tugged at his empathy. Miguel Ortega approached Billy with a story of loss, claiming his sister Isabel, whom Dulcinea knew, had been killed during protests against the army. He